Well, what it says is that we are 1 week into this Ukrainian surprise offensive within Russian territory, and 1 week later, the Ukrainian troops managed to stay there and to retain control over some territory. On the Ukrainian side, we've had that first direct, explicit acknowledgement that indeed there is a Ukrainian offensive within Kursk territory, with both the commander-in-chief of the armies, Oleksandr Syrsky, and the president, Volodymyr Zelensky, talking about 1,000 square kilometers of land in Kursk region that are under Ukrainian control. Now, on the Russian side, Kursk governor Alexei Smirnov talked during a briefing about 28 settlements under Ukrainian control before being cut by Vladimir Putin, who told at that very same briefing that the answer would be strong against Ukraine. What it tells us, this control of Russian territory by Ukrainian troops, is that so far it can be qualified as an operational success. Ukraine has way less capacities in terms of manpower, in terms of equipment, simply because of the size of its army compared to the size of the Russian army. Yet it managed to surprise Ukraine's aggressor. Let's not forget that Russia started this war of aggression against Ukraine, and in doing so, it gives Ukraine right now a strategic advantage, because by retaining this territory, well, it gives Ukraine a bargaining power should negotiation come between the two countries, because Ukraine's end goal is not to conquer Russian territory. It is to get back its own territory, and it's to see its territorial integrity being respected. So in that sense, this operation so far is quite successful on the Ukrainian side, should Ukraine manage to retain its control over those territories.
So what consequences can we expect there to be on the battlefield in Ukraine as a result of this?
Well, on top of having some more leverage in negotiation, the other bet, I would say, for this surprise offensive would be to force Russia to withdraw some of its troops along the Ukrainian front line in response to the Kursk incursion, to force some of the Russian troops to go into Kursk region instead of on the Ukrainian front line. Now, in the Pokrovsk direction, one of the most active on the front line in Donetsk region in eastern Ukraine. I was there just a few days ago. We do not note yet that the situation has changed, at least for civilians. That doesn't mean that Russia didn't take some reserve troops from the rear of this front line to respond to the Kursk offensive. There has been talk in the military that indeed Russia took out some reserves from the southern front line in response to Kursk. But I think for the consequences directly here on the front line, we're going to have to wait a few more days, a few more weeks to see the consequences.